Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to make a video about the little guy's cage, the small cage over here. The big guys are in this cage, which is much bigger, but I'll do another video on that a little bit later. Today I'm going to do the little cage, and I admit the little cage is a bit small for two rats, but originally I was switching them back and forth with the big cage so that everybody would have a chance to be in the big cage. I can't put them together because they don't get along, and Cupcake, the little cutie pie, who's also a big troublemaker, he's very aggressive towards them. So I decided early on, after having some very failed introductions, that perhaps separate houses would be better. And this is what I got for the little guys. At first I thought they were not going to be happy in here because it's small, but they didn't seem to be happy in the big cage, and the big guys were not happy in the little cage. So eventually I decided to stop switching them back and forth and just give them each their own space. The big guys are happy in the big cage, and the little guys are happy in the little cage. And eventually I'm hoping to reintegrate everybody, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that until Cupcake passes away, which is not something that I'm looking forward to. So I'm just going to keep things like this for now. So let's see what I have. First of all, at the front you can see there's a sliding door, which is really fun because I can open it and let them come out. And right now I have this little ramp here that goes down onto the cat tree boxes that I created and down into the free play area, which I made a video about already, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But even when I let the big guys in here and I move this wall away and I take the boxes out so that the big guys can't climb up, the little guys can still climb out and play on the ledge here. Sometimes I put some treats, and sometimes they just like to hang out. They also get to climb on top of the cage, which at first I wasn't very happy about because it didn't seem like they were able to get down. But eventually I did see them get down, so if they want to climb up there, they're welcome to do so. The first thing I'm going to show you is this hammock that I made. This is an infinity scarf from Dollarama, actually. And it's a really nice fabric, but it never fit properly, so I decided to use it as a hammock, and I put a little bit of food in there to encourage them to go in. But they do like going in there and sleeping, but they only go one at a time. This is the hammock that they really like the most. This I made out of an old sock, but it was like a slipper sock with a really plushy, almost like baby blanket fabric. And I cut it open and made this hammock for them, which they really love. This is where they spend most of their time. Over here, I just put this in recently, this Skyflakes box. Hello, Bamboo. And this is just another thing for them to climb into and sleep in or hang out and play. And I'm going to open this so that you can see what's underneath. There isn't much light, so I did put a little bit of extra light, but unfortunately it is still quite dark, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to show you anyway. Okay, so here's the litter box, which I turned around because they were pooping in front of it, and I thought, okay, if you're going to poop in front of it, let me put the front in the corner, and then at least the poop will be contained in the corner. But they've learned pretty well how to use the litter box. Then let's see, here I have a little food dish which attaches to the bars of the cage, which is very useful, but it does come off sometimes when they get too excited. So sometimes I find it hanging off of one thing, but it's a pretty good little bowl. Then over here, let's see. Oh, I have this plastic log. So this log actually came with a wheel attached to it for the hamsters when I still had hamsters. And you can't see it, but there's a part of it that's actually under Bamboo, that's under the cedar chips. And on the other side there's a hole, so it makes it a little hiding place. And they like to go in there, but they mostly like to climb on top so they can get to the door. Further in, you can see over here I have this rope that goes, if I open this up you can see, goes all the way back. And I made that out of a very long piece of black fabric that I just twisted around into a rope. And you can probably find videos on YouTube on how to do that. It's really not complicated. Then what else? I have this cardboard box, which is just an Amazon box that they really like to sleep in. That is mostly where they sleep. Oh, Bamboo, you're blocking my shot. Alright, well, you can't really see it so well, but they do like to sleep in there. I have this tube, which was originally for wrapping paper. And it's too small to use as a tunnel, but it's great to use as a climbing tool. So this is all the way across the cage from one side to the other. Then over here I have this little water dish, extra water, and this mini recycling can where I actually tried to put treats, and I did put treats. As you can see, they're still in there because they never figured out how to open the bin, which I find kind of funny. Then over here I use this Fanta bottle. I cut some holes in it and cut a hole in the cap and put a string through with a knot underneath and attached it with this shower curtain holder. And they don't really go in here so much, but I do still put some food and stuff in there in case. Here I have a purple tunnel, which I made from an old seltzer bottle. So, the inside is the seltzer bottle. I cut off the ends, covered it in construction paper, and then covered it in packing tape so that I can clean it, because we all know how rats pee on everything. And what else? Let's see. On the bottom I have, oh hello Bamboo. On the bottom I have wood chips. And underneath the wood chips I have a kind of IKEA bath mat, but they're actually not from IKEA, they're from Dollarama. But this kind of style, with the shaggy carpet style. And that used to be the only thing on the bottom, and I had a dig box for them to dig in, and I thought it would be too messy to have anything else in there, and I didn't want them to poop everywhere. I wanted them to use the litter box. But now that they're pretty well trained for the litter box, I decided, hey, why not try and put some cedar chips on the bottom and see what they do. It's only been about a week. I haven't seen them digging around too much, but I have been scatter feeding them in putting the food, sprinkling it around inside the cage. And so, you know, they're not starving, so I think they're figuring it out. What else do I have? Oh, well, the water bottle isn't so interesting, but what is interesting is this pumice stone that I put over here underneath to trim their nails. Because, well, first of all, I know you can trim their nails, but I'm just not comfortable doing it. And I don't think they'd be very comfortable letting me do it. So I decided that was a better idea. And so that's it. That's the little guy's house. And here are the little guys. Here's Bamboo and Tamaki. Hello, Tamaki.